Alright, y'all. Woo-wee. Okay, I got more. You are listening and watching a very special podcast. What? 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 Okay, stopping now. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And 3, 2, 1, go. In this next mission, Devlin, Chloe Birchard, and Randy Kerr. The three of them were paired up as a trio. They headed off into the next world. They were going through this crazy, colorful, twisted vortex. Looked like some sort of doom there, but they managed to get there in time to this city. City? Yes, it was a city. The three of them wake up and they were amazed to see that it was a city. Holy cow, look at this place. It's so beautiful. It's just like DWC. Wow, it is like DWC, Chloe said, referring to Doppelwalker City. Wow, why don't we go look around? Randy said. Good idea, Briar said, and the three girls head off and they were exploring the different places. They just couldn't believe what they were seeing. And they ran into these sorts of robots that tried to exterminate them, but the three girls freaked out and ran. They weren't looking where they were going since they bumped into someone. Okay, more than just one. It was a young man with long black hair, but it was in a ponytail. He looked like some sort of samurai, but also an ordinary, everyday guy. He was a gentleman, though, but next to him was some sort of cute girl that acted like a cat. She was wearing a transparent dress. She wore ruffles underneath. There was also a little bit of ruffles at the front. Buttons, of course. She looked very cheerful and she was wearing nice high-heeled buckles. And she was smiling just as a cat would. The young man, the samurai-like gentleman, was known to be Kuro. The cat girl, or seemingly cat girl smile, known as Neko. Chloe was a little bit shy around Kuro. She felt really guilty for bumping into him that way. Randy soon became acquainted and almost like a big sister to Neko. Even though Neko was probably a bit older, she acted like a child. It was quite strange, but at the same time, it wasn't all too bad. However, things got really mixed up when Briar and the others learned about clans and also this particular one known as Jungle. They were a green attired clan, and their leader was more of a narcissist. Once they managed to fight off Jungle and escape, Kuro explained what was really going on. Kuro explained about their Silver King, who was known as Yashiro Isana, but his real name as a reincarnated of Adolf K. Weissman. Shiro was once a young teenage boy who was framed for a crime, and he has somewhat amnesia. But the only memories he remembers is that he lives far from home in a middle class family. But that turned out to be fake, as he learned that people were starting to forget about him. The friends he made, people he met, it was a little bit too sad. But Shiro finally remembered who he really was, and as a different personality, he actually killed a clansman, part of the Red Clansman known as Humra. Kuro then explained about how Shiro was trying to clear his name, but he knew it was him. But the colorless king actually took over Shiro's body and actually did kill the Red Clansman. That Red Clansman was known as Tatra Tosuke. He was part of Homura. Once Briar and her friends realized what was going on, they finally understood. But then Briar couldn't help but wonder, "Do you know exactly where your king is?" Briar asked. Kuro shook his head. "Not a clue. We've been trying to find out where he has gone to, but it turns out he might be somewhere. The last time Neko and I saw him, he was with one of the clan's kings, the Gold King. Shiro was visiting him at the time, but the Gold King's dead." "We've been trying to find out where he was. Shiro, our king," said Kuro. He looked really sad. Burris seemed to sympathize him, because all of a sudden she said, "Don't worry, I'm sure we're going to find him soon." But then there was trouble ahead. Infestation and manifestation were attacking. So everyone got into position and ran after the monsters. Encountering the Green Clan, Jungle, and also the rest of Infestation and Manifestation, Briar, Chloe, Randy, Neko, and Kuro team up with one another as they fought against these monsters, including the Jungle Clan. Just then, one of the infestations lunged at Briar. Briar struggled against the creature, but the creature was a lot stronger. One of the infestations grabbed her arm, pulled it towards it, and sank its teeth into Briar's wrist. Briar let out a scream. Chloe cried out, "Bray!" She tried her best to fight off the monster, but then Chloe got herself beaten down by one of the infestations. One of the infestations was clawing at her. Chloe did her best to fight back, but somehow the infestation was a lot stronger. Then it grabbed Chloe and then pulled her down. No matter how many times Chloe tried to squirm, the creature was a lot stronger. And then its teeth sank into Chloe's throat. Chloe screamed. Randy tried to get the creature off, but then there was another one that tackled her. The infestation was luring in on her. Randy did her best to fight back, but then the creature suddenly grabbed Randy by her leg. Randy tried to wriggle it off, but the creature would not let go. It then bit its teeth into her ankle, partially, almost near her ankle. Randy was screeching in pain. Briar never felt so much pain through her body, into her bloodstream. It hurt so bad. However, all of a sudden, the pain was fading, but she had to help Chloe and Randy. They were in so much pain. All of a sudden, there was a calming sensation, and a silverly bright light appeared. Kuro and Neko were amazed to see who it was. It was him, Shiro, Adolf K. Weissman, or Yashiro Isana. Kuro and Neko were overjoyed to see their king, their friend, was alive and well. Shiro was happy to see them, glad to see them, and they reunite with one another. Shiro eased the pain of Chloe and Randy suffering from the bite. Once the two girls recovered, introductions were made. Briar introduced herself as an agent. Kuro was no longer suspicious of the three girls. So, Shiro, Kuro, and Neko followed Briar, Chloe, and Randy to a whole new world ahead of them. Alright, that is the end of this podcast. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I'm Catherine Donovan, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.